Yep, there we go. Starting it off right with the boom booms. I hope you guys know that we still dance. Well, you're
Fresh.
not, even when you can't see us.
Well, I tried to, but Gizmo got mad at it.
Oh
She's back.
no. I was dancing.
So
Boom,
angry,
boom,
so
boom. I mean, I
mad.
didn't call it dancing.
Welcome to the live stream, everybody. This is Shusha Secret Time, the time that Nana and I sit down with you all live and talk about the shushy things, the quiet things we don't tell other people in public. Like we just keep this stuff for you guys. That's what's happening.
Yeah,
We
between
like to
there and there, we don't talk at all.
We don't. We don't
Mm-mm.
talk at all. We don't talk to other people. We don't tell them what we're doing on the channel. We don't tell them about the movies we're making. We just for you guys. Just for you guys. All right. So this is a live stream, but we like to be a little bit interactive. So if you're out there listening, please just for 1 second turn to the computer keyboard and say hi, and then you can go about your business.
It's
I appreciate it.
HI. You don't even need punctuation, but you
Nope.
hit the enter part
Don't.
of it.
Don't
HI.
effort that much. I want you to put the minimal amount. You could put an H
Even just a dot,
or an
period,
I.
space, and I don't know. Okay.
I will know what you mean.
I mean, I'll be confused, but I'll do it
Whatever.
anyway.
We'll know. We'll know now. All right, hit it, guys. And Natalie's gonna say hi, and then we're gonna get going.
Shannon West has killed her fake plants, just in case anybody was
You know,
wondering.
it happens.
I've killed all my real plants, but no, actually, one of my Christmas cactus are coming into bloom. The other one
Okay. All right.
is
Everyone else is
limping
gone.
through. David Faith, hello. Natalie and Tara, hello. Oh wow, hi Natalie and Tara. Unitless Constance, happy Thanksgiving if you're into that sort of thing. Not, not really.
Hmm. I don't like.
Ben Rathig, yeah, you should not tease Natalie about the snow. Although
No.
it's going to snow again today. Not happy about
Gross.
it.
Gross.
Justin Wheeler, hi, how are you
Hi,
today? Long time no
Jen.
see. It's been 5 minutes since I walked in the other room and showed you how I have an old lady outfit on because like my shirt matches my pants a little too much, and then also my underwear is the same color.
What?
I'm
Well
like an old
done.
lady.
Well
Um,
done.
David Faith, hello. I already said that. La la, Jack Boots, hi. And Mark Callow, hello, good evening. Where are
Oh,
you at? That it's evening, Mark Callow. And Debbie Lehrman, how are you doing?
welcome, welcome, welcome
I
to
don't know
the
if I got anybody. I jumped around. I mean, I literally stood up, so I.
Yolissa retracted a comment, so we're now able to start the show.
Now it's real. Now it's
Redacted.
real.
Redacted.
Hashtag plant murder. Mark is in the future. Oh, good news. This pencil clicks.
Oh, thank goodness. Last week
Well,
when that pencil wasn't clicking, it just wasn't like,
made me very uncomfortable.
I didn't feel like we were doing a real live stream. It
Mm-mm.
felt like fake. But now that we
Yeah,
have
and
this,
my hair is the same. My hair matches at least one of the colors in this shirt. I don't know. Mighty Guitar Mods, hey I'm here in Ohio for the
Ohio.
Thanksgiving.
All right, let's talk about that first. Thanksgiving. Who out there is celebrating? Who is abstaining? Who loves it? Who hates it? I love the idea of Thanksgiving. I like the
Mhm.
time of year. I do not like turkey as a dish. I don't care. Like
Yeah.
sitting down to a big family dinner thing has not been my world for like 20 years. Like I think when Brandon was here, he and I would sit down and eat Indian food every Thanksgiving and watch a movie. And then, but my family is so dispersed at this point that like getting anyone,
Yeah.
one side's very tiny, the other side, it's a whole thing. I do have like really fuzzy, fuzzy feel good memories of going to Thanksgiving with my grandmother's house. But just for me,
Mhm.
Thanksgiving's not that thing. But I love this time of year. I love Thanksgiving and I love the Peanuts song playing in the background on repeat in my
See,
room.
now I've never been a Thanksgiving food fan. Like
Okay.
all the
Yeah.
foods we have at Thanksgiving, I don't like stuffing. I love green beans, but what is this green bean casserole thing? What are you doing to the green beans? How are you ruining green beans? Cranberry sauce or regular, I don't really care for the flavor. Turkey, I don't normally care for. Dutch oven turkey, which we normally do, is very good. It's just much more moist. However, turkey gumbo. If you have leftover turkey, making turkey gumbo is the greatest.
Yeah.
It's the
We
greatest
talked
gumbo
about
there is.
that.
Yeah.
That sounds really good. Yeah, I like the sides. I love mashed potatoes. I can eat
Yeah,
those
but mashed
now.
potatoes, in my family, mashed potatoes was like an all the time thing.
Yeah,
We had
they're
mashed
not.
potatoes. Potatoes were part of every meal.
Yeah, no, that was not. That was definitely not. Mashed potatoes were like a special occasion food only. Like either you got them because we were at Luby's and they had
Hmm.
mashed potatoes,
That's funny.
or it was a holiday. Like we didn't have mashed potatoes regularly at all. We were always
That's funny. Ours
yeah
was so regular. Mashed potatoes were at like every gathering.
yeah, and maybe
We
because my
had
dad
dinner
was
at
like
my grandmother's house like once a week, basically.
hmm,
At least it felt like it. It might not have been. My little brain might remember it as being like
yeah
once a week, but
maybe like
I feel like there's always mashed potatoes.
one part Texan because like we don't just our Mexican food is like a regular like going to get Mexican
Mm,
food like once it was a once a week event that we
yeah.
always went and got into like that was a par or
Mm,
like my dad was super health conscious at the time so it's possible
mm,
they cut potatoes I don't know
right.
that could be I mean I know my dad went through he'll hate me for this he went through a phase where he was only eating broccoli so that was my household.
We were a very, I've talked to Justin about it. It was very different. Like my family was very a meat and potatoes. So there was a meat, there was a starch, which could
Yeah.
have been butter noodles, could have been, whatever it is. There's a starch on the plate, which is always like a white thing, potatoes. And then there was always a veggie. Like, and so it was always separate. We didn't often do casseroles. I mean, every once in a while,
Okay.
but it was a very meat and potatoes
Right.
house, which is not how we eat here at all. Like,
Uh-huh.
everything we cook is casserole and it's all mixed together.
Right.
And I mean, that's why I love Jess and I do steak, steak often. It's also often rice on the side as opposed
Oh
to
yeah, yeah, yeah.
potatoes or whatever. But
Yeah.
I'm very much, and then I want the vegetable right there. And Justin's always like trying to give me a salad ahead of time. I'm like, no, salad does not in lieu of, it doesn't replace the vegetable on the plate. The vegetable on the plate is partially for color. I need that green, that pop of green or that pop of
Green. I just want to
orange
look at it.
or yellow.
I want
Like,
to taste it.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of
But
like what our usual structure for food was. Like, I don't know, it was weird. I mean, my family was just unusual. We were eating like artichokes. Like one of my favorite things was like this artichoke uh pasta salad thing that we would make all the
mhm.
time. Like that was, and I would take it to school the next day, and my friends were like, "What is that?" Like it was, we weren't, we were doing odd things because we were
Well,
just
I wonder if it was easier to like we were just trying to cook something for the family. There's family in town, and everyone's got their thing. Once you get more than three people or two people, it's
yeah,
really hard to make a dish that everyone's going.
yeah,
This person doesn't like tomatoes. This person is on, is cutting carbs a little bit. This person can't do sour. This person thinks, like, and you're just like, once you try to cook for that many people, it's like that's
yeah,
why you end up with, chicken and cheese casseroles.
yeah. Everyone likes chicken and everyone likes cheese. We're all moving on.
Yeah, just go.
Yeah. Any more than two people and things get complicated cooking wise because
Yeah.
everyone's doing their own
So
thing.
like in your family, there was three normally,
Yeah. Yeah.
and in ours there were five. And so
Yeah.
getting
Yes.
five things,
Well, I was thinking like you got five and you got three of those are kids and you gotta like even though you're not three little boys, you're
right?
still growing children. So like keeping a child full.
Like
So
for
like
me, you couldn't ever
art.
make anything that was spicy. And I didn't like
Oh,
onions, but other kids in the family liked onions. But one of us, and I think it was Lizzie, didn't like mushrooms. She does
yeah.
now. She's fine. She's fine now. Don't
Fine
worry.
now. She figured it out.
But yeah, it was like, so no mushrooms. And then it was a thing with Keith too. Like, so then fish was out of it because Keith didn't like fish. And so, like, there
Okay.
was just always like, you just get narrowed down to like, okay, we're making chicken again.
Yeah.
Like, everybody likes chicken.
Last night I was talking to my dad, and he was like, we were talking about food came up. We were talking about French fries somehow. He's like, there are three foods. If they didn't exist, I would have a six-pack abs. And I was like, well, that's not the only reason, Dad. But anyways, but he was like, French fries, something else, and tamales. It's like, Dad, I have never once in the 42 years I've known you ever seen you eat a tamale. What are you talking about? It's like, oh, I love tamales. Like, what are you talking about? I've never seen you eat a tamale ever.
I feel like
Ever.
this. Oh, so this is a family trait because these things happen with you all the time. Like where you say something, I'm like,
Maybe.
Kara, I have known you for
Yeah.
16 years and I have never heard you want to go do that thing or whatever,
Yeah. It's probably a family trait because my dad, I'm like, never once. He's like, well, because they're fattening, I'm not going to eat them. I was like, okay, that makes logical sense. But this is not something I knew about you. I wouldn't have been like, you know what, I'm going to give
Right.
my dad for Christmas is like, you can send tamales to each other. Like, tamales are a
Yeah.
big Christmas thing in Texas. Like, oh, I'm going to send my dad tamales for Christmas. Oh, pecan pie was his other one. I knew about the pecan pie. I knew
Hmm.
about the French fries. never once knew about tamales. I'm like, what are you talking about with
Was it a
tamales?
later in life thing, maybe? Like since you've
No,
moved out, he fell in love with them
no.
and like
He's like telling me this wistful story
cheating
about
on you.
as a boy, there was a tamale truck around the corner from his house that he used to go to all the time. Like, what are you talking about? I've never heard the story of the tamale truck. Like, these are not things you've ever mentioned before,
Why
Dad.
are you hiding your love for tamales from me?
He's just a weird dude sometimes. Like, okay,
You'll
Dad.
never find out that I love tamales, Tara. Just you're safe. You're
Yeah,
safe.
okay. I may send him tamales for Christmas this year just as a gag now because I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like hot tamales. I was like, wait, are you talking about
Oh,
the
you mean like the candy?
Yeah, and he's like, no. I'm like, because I knew about hot tamales. He would eat hot tamales like by the
That's funny.
handful. Yeah, no, no, okay,
Well, it's
okay,
funny,
Dad.
Justin doesn't like say opinions about things. Just just like unless
He doesn't like to get controversial.
no, it doesn't like it's but so every once in a while you're like it's suddenly out of nowhere Justin's like, "Well, I can't abide a such and such." And you're like, "What?" Like when it, but also I'll say, "Justin, what are your feelings on popcorn bath mats?" And he'll say, "Why would I have an opinion on like why?" And I'm like, "Because you're
Because
crazy about
because
things."
you're nuts.
Yeah,
I
because if
did
I
the
brought a
same
popcorn
thing.
bath mat home and you didn't like it, you'd be like, "I can't abide this," and it'd
I
be in the
do the
trash.
same thing with Brian. Okay, so now Brian and I are newer. Like you guys have got years of history, so it makes your thing truly comical that like 20 years into this relationship, you're finding out about popcorn bath mats. Brian and I have the same thing. I'll ask something like, "Hey, do you like pepper in your food?" He's like, "Well, yeah. Why wouldn't I like pepper?" Because you don't like the weirdest things. Because you'll like fixate on one
Yeah.
little weird thing and decide that you can't have that. And then I find out it's some weird ADHD thing that now you're hanging on to it. It's not
Oh
real.
yeah.
You're just stuck with the idea of it. And like you try a tomato and you're like, oh,
No.
tomatoes aren't good, but I still don't want to eat it. Like, what is wrong with your brain?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
Justin's it's
God.
funny though. So like so he doesn't just like give opinions on things that often, you know, and I'll randomly go, Justin, do you like onions? Like after 16 years. Like it's like things that you know about it. And he's like, well, I don't really care for them. Or like I'll have thought for a long time that Justin doesn't like Justin's been adding onions, raw onions to things recently, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what's happening here? I
I
thought you
would,
disliked onions. Was
yeah.
this just for me
Yeah.
this whole time?
If he did that when I was around, I'd be like, why is he eating onions? I thought he didn't like
I
raw
thought you didn't.
onions.
I like, yeah, no. I mean, and I
I
get it.
was
Every once
told
on certain things, every once in a while, you want the onions on, but I'm like,
a
not
hot
me.
dog.
Like, I dislike onions enough that there's no like kinda.
Yeah.
Like, I dislike onions enough, raw onions enough that I don't understand how people like onions. Like, I get there's some things where you're like, I get why people don't like it. Like, or I get why people
Yeah.
like it. But that's one of those that I'm like,
Oh,
I do not understand what's wrong with you people. How
oh,
can you
I
enjoy
love
this?
onions. So good.
Yeah.
When I discovered you could eat raw onions with hoisin and sriracha and it's delicious. Like I've given myself stomach aches eating too many onions doing that because it's so good to me. Like, or I discovered recently Universal, the three broomsticks, they'll do sides. So you
Mhm.
can get a side of cabbage, a side of onions, a side of whatever. So those are great because sometimes I just want a snack. I don't want to buy an entire plate of food, but I just need like a little
Mhm.
something. So I legit bought a side of cabbage and onions one day and just sat there and ate cabbage and onions. Like it was so, just grilled onions, so good. I love that stuff.
I have my palate has changed enough that I like grilled onions sometimes are good. Like in certain things, cooked, certain, but when I was younger, even grilled onions, like
Yeah.
and raw onions are so bad that if something is touched, if it's one of those places where lettuce has touched the onion,
Hmm.
you can't just take it off of the
Yeah.
burger.
No, no,
I can
no.
still taste
It's
it.
done. Yeah, you gotta
Start
remove.
over, start from scratch. Like, but I'm now
Okay.
at least to the point where I can just remove them and eat things and be like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, well you've been forced because of the show. Like, we'll just put a little bit of onion in there because the recipe calls for it, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So Justin just said, like that time when Brandon thought Tara didn't like receiving flowers for 7 years. Poor Brandon. He took me way too seriously when I would say flippant things. And like years later I figured it out what it was. It's like I had said I don't like receiving flowers as like an apology. Like don't do that because my dad used to do that to my mom. I'm just
Yeah.
airing the entire family business right now. And so
Right.
it's like a like save that for something else kind of a thing. Like just like don't apologize with that. And he just took it as like, I never, like, I know I love
No,
flowers.
flowers are triggering.
I buy myself flowers all the time. Like, it's so poor, that poor guy. I really needed to not say things so flippantly back in the day, and I didn't know that at the time.
Yeah.
Raw garlic. Ooh, that's intense.
Who's eating raw garlic?
I really want to do that thing where you put garlic and honey and like let it ferment and like you eat that for like health benefits to keep you from getting
Okay.
sick. Yeah, I saw a thing about it. I saw a video on YouTube.
I'm a fan of, garlic in things, but
Yeah.
every once in a while, like I came in here yesterday and Justin had made himself some eggs, but with garlic on them or garlic seasoning or garlic powder or something.
Yeah.
But I walked in the room and I was like, dear God, what is that smell? And it didn't smell like, I was like, what happened in this room? And he's just like, what? What? I go, what are you eating? He's like, eggs. And I'm like, that does not, what did you do to those eggs? He's like, I put a little garlic powder on them. I was like, well, it's overwhelming. Take that out of here.
Oh my God, speaking of eggs,
I'll come back when you're done.
I made those like slightly wet eggs. You
Uh,
remember in a bowl? I don't know if you saw this. So like on TikTok, I made the eggs in a
yeah.
bowl thing. And then in the comments, some people were like, you're gonna get bird flu from it or whatever. And I'm like, I'm also not gonna eat well done eggs. So you can just get out of here with that. So there's like debate about raw food started up. I was like, everyone calm down.
Oh my
People
goodness.
are so like just want to be right about the raw eggs. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna be over here eating my raw or my
Yeah.
runny sunny side eggs and my very raw steak. Have a nice day. Me and the tartar are gonna have a nice
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
You,
Well, although we had Gunner the other day who wanted to eat a piece of raw bacon and we had to stop it.
okay, so there are
Like,
lines. There are lines, but also,
he's like, but I want to try it. And we're like, you can't just eat raw bacon. Like,
yeah, the unfolding debate about like undercooked eggs. I was like,
oh
listen, if
no.
I die because of undercooked eggs, it's a life we'll live. Like I'm not eating well done eggs. Like get out of here with that. Speaking of cooking, a little bit of business time, guys. We got an episode in the hopper right now. We're in the process of editing. We got a holiday, we got stuff going on, so it might come out late. Who knows? Who knows?
Mhm.
You guys should. I've just now done the first edit, and it's freaking hysterical. I don't know if I want to give too much away, even what
No. So I
happened.
think what our new practice is going to be that we don't really talk about the upcoming
Yeah,
episode so that we have stuff to talk about the Monday following. We
yeah.
can
So
tell you,
I
I don't even know this one. It's a recipe. It's a Southern recipe.
recipe.
That's
It's a Southern recipe. There's some fun going on that's happening.
there's a cat.
You need to. We'll tell you there's a cat as
Well,
a
unless it get cut, unless we cut the
third
cat.
party cat. Well, it might get cut. That's a secret. We'll tell you about the third party cat if it gets cut. But yes, just this is one I think you guys should watch because it's adorable and
Yeah, and
it's
David Faith is
underrated.
asking about what happened to the Thanksgiving episode. Uh, we always are together for the Thanksgiving episode, and it just
Yeah.
felt really weird to try to make it separately.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna rattle off my thanks today,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, it just became, I mean, yes, it's tradition and we'll get back to that tradition at some point. It just was like it was gonna be awkward to like record your half, record my half,
Yeah.
or do it via Zoom. And
Well,
I
let's
was like,
just
I
hold
don't
on
want to
that
play that
for
game. That's more
yeah.
depressing to me than anything else.
Yeah, yeah. The
Like,
logistics on that, like, I just thank you so much for remembering that we do these things, David Faith. But this is one that like we just couldn't figure out a way to do it that would be, meh. Anyways,
that wouldn't just feel depressing.
yeah, 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 yes, agree. Anyways, camel
Justin says
fever.
they aren't thankful this year.
They
Okay.
aren't.
Is there like a step down from thankful? Like, is there like you're just slightly less appreciative this year?
Yeah, could someone thesaurus that
Like
for us? Go find a bunch of other
thankful,
words
like
for
so there's
thankful.
grateful. I think grateful is like above.
Great. Appreciative.
Thankful.
I
I'm
appreciate that.
appreciativeful.
I'm
I'm
appreciative. I appreciate.
I
Yeah.
don't have as much to be thankful for this year. It's not true.
Not true, but also, yeah.
Appreciative, Justin says. No, but I will. So this other thing that we were talking about, earlier. Yesterday, I was having like a spiral. Like I was just in a crank ass
Yeah.
mood. Enough was it? Yeah, it was enough that I was like trying to find tricks to make myself happy. Like it was,
Yeah.
like I went and had chips and salsa because that sounded like kind of frivolous moment. Like this, like I'm gonna eat it away. I know it, and there's not. And then later on, I was like, I want a peppermint mocha. I don't have peppermint mocha here, but I can figure this out. And so I'm like upstairs brewing one of the beignet chocolate pods that I have, and I put
Mhm.
a chocolate mint truffle in it, and I mixed it up, and I had my peppermint mocha just
Yeah.
trying to cheer myself up. And then I turned to Justin after bitching about like 27 things, and I said, "Well, let's think about this for a second." I just got done doing a bazillion projects, which I always get depressed right after. I'm just like, I always get to this like post high crash. Justin's
Yeah.
calling it postpartum. Like, I was like,
Ah.
so that's happening. I started a new birth control method. So there's hormones racing through there that are not used to being in there. Um, I was like, and I get seasonal depression. Like it's been rainy and snowy and all that. And I was like, so let's just take all those things into account while I'm blaming this for
Yeah.
like my unhappiness today. Luckily, yesterday I had a really pretty day because otherwise I think I would have tanked. Like I was having
Mhm.
a good face day.
That's good.
Like,
Good, good.
so if I wasn't having a good face day on top of all those things, I don't think the peppermint mocha that I made would have cut it. It probably just
Yeah.
sent me into a spiral of tears. But so while, like, yeah, thankful, I'm thankful that I was that busy, but today I don't feel it.
Hashtag ungrateful, hashtag go away, get off my lawn. Oh, and I like this indifference giving. Like, yes, indifference giving. That's
Yeah, I'm just a
phenomenally funny.
step above indifference. Just,
Yeah, so okay, somewhere between grateful and thankful and indifference lies the Thanksgiving that we're having this year.
yeah,
Uh, where par projects go into post, Natalie goes into postpartum.
I
Yes, yeah.
do. I
Oh my God,
do.
speaking of post, I don't, did you watch it yet? The rough cut of May I Put You on Hold?
Oh, no, I don't have it.
Oh, you didn't, you weren't on that. I thought everyone was on that chain.
I didn't
Never
see it.
mind. I will send it to you. Yeah. The the rough I just saw a rough cut, and maybe it's because I'm a producer on it. I just saw a rough cut of and I put off watching it for a really long time because it's so hard to watch my acting for the first time.
It's also possible I missed it too, because Ash only sends things to my Gmail, and sometimes that just doesn't get seen.
Yeah, that's possible. I didn't really look at who was on the receive list because I was like, don't want to watch this right yet. I
Mhm.
finally watched it, and it's so funny because like there's like good good face frame, bad face frame, good face frame. That framing's great on my face. This framing is
Oh,
good on my face.
is it scene to scene? So is it day to day, or is it like just like the framing?
Framing. It's
Okay.
like this lighting, because we're balancing real light and not
Right, right,
using
right.
artificial light. It's you're at the mercy of the elements. So in some frames, I'm like, I like my face in this frame. In some frame, and then like the opening and closing, I hate my acting. I'm like,
Oh,
oh, I can tell watching that I haven't done this in a really long time. I was like, and it's the beginning and the ending of the movie on the
oh,
same.
that's right. That was your first day of filming. Yeah.
Yeah, it's my first day of filming, so it's the first time I've been back in front of a camera in this particular way. Like before, I did a thriller, I did a commercial, I did
Yeah.
improv, like everything before this wasn't this kind of acting. That was my first day back doing a project of this kind in this style in the thing, and it's so bad. I was like, that's some of my worst acting to date. Like, which is it's fine because the rest of the movie. Like I can tell by the day we're in the shot where I'm like, oh, I'm getting back to being a good actor again here. But this part, not good.
Well, it's Shannon West, really quick. Shannon's happy enjoy the journey day, folks. She's off.
Shannon, Shannon, I've been
Bye,
enjoying the
Shannon. Have a
journey.
happy Thanksgiving. Hi, Elizabeth. That's funny.
Thanks for
We just did a
tuning
project. I mean, I was working on day 6 of something that if we would have shot, we would have done it in 2 days maximum, and had the same amount of coverage. But we were on, and they had to do reshoots, which is fine. Like sometimes those things happen. There were things that they realized later on, oh, we broke the line. They broke the 180 rule and then
Yeah.
had to refilm some stuff. And it just, you don't know that's going to happen. Like you're
Yeah.
learning. That
You
stuff's
learn.
forgivable.
Yeah.
Time management is not forgivable for me. But anyway, we were doing something and I'm yelling at James in this scene and the camera's on me and I realize I'm staring him just straight in the eyes the entire time, not looking away. And I was like, this is why this is not natural. Like there's nothing natural about staring someone in the eyes and not looking away while you're yelling at them or like,
Uh-huh.
and I was just like at least look down at one point in time, like toss your eyes to the side. But we had already filmed it, like, and I'm like, it was only the last take that I remembered, like that I realized I was doing it. And I was like,
Yeah.
well, I really hope they just use that last take and not
Wow.
anything before that because I will look like a psychopath.
Yeah.
At least I blink. So there's that.
Okay, that's good. Good blank. Katie, you're fine. Bye. Dang it, she's my little heater. Yeah, they going back and I don't I haven't seen anything of the thriller yet, and I've never done the thriller before, so I'll be curious to see how that
Yeah, that's
plays out.
what's
I
funny
think
because you did your first thriller this year. I did my first. I mean, it's
mhm.
student film, but I did my first,
Yeah.
horror,
Yeah.
and everything else has been
It's totally like not in my usual. I mean,
script.
I would never have done the audition. I've been like, you don't want me for this. I'm
Right.
not who you're looking for. But they're like, and then like there was a part of the process where like I wasn't sure I was going to be available to shoot it, and they're like, oh no no no, it has to be you, and I'm like, are you sure you got the right person on your phone? Like, are you like, I don't, have you seen my body of work? Like, there's nothing like this. Like, I'm
This is
thrilled to
not
do
what I
it because I
do,
need it,
but
but like, where are you getting that it needs to be me? Like, I don't
well, I
understand.
even had the same thing with doing obit. Like I was
Yeah.
like, are you sure you want me to come and do this? You didn't, because, um, okay. Like I don't do serious. That's not
Mhm.
and now it's all I freaking do now.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
making nobody's making comedies.
Right. Well, mores, mores, everything goes through swings. Everyone's gonna want to do a musical next year now that Wicked's come out. Kitty. Like that's gonna be the new
Good.
whatever.
Let them
Yeah, go. Go
have
do
fun.
that. Go fly with gravity. Minineer, Candle Corner, I want to hear about the wind situation. I saw your video.
So, so the week before we had snow and there was nobody out
Right.
there. It was miserable. And then this week, like 2 days before, we get a wind advisory. And that means there's supposed to be gusts of 40. And so when we pull up, and Justin's like looking at it on the weather app and going, and I'm like, well, I've already paid for the booth. Like,
Yeah.
let's just go. Like, I'm not gonna, what else am I gonna do? It's not, I'm not. Anyway, so we go out there and they give us the option to not put up our tent. So we immediately just decide we're not putting the tent up.
Yeah.
So, and anybody who did took theirs down within 45 minutes. Like it was so bad.
Yeah.
We ended up like by the end, we're down to just two tables. I normally have three. I took the back one down and just pushed everything onto it. I had all my sandbags that normally go on my tent under the tables hanging from them.
Yeah.
Um, I did okay. I
Hmm.
did five candles. I mean, I sold five candles or bird feeders, whatever. And at
Yeah.
least everything was like at least above the $15 price point. So I
Okay.
didn't do terribly. But the problem is this is the third bad weather week in a row. And so I have sold nothing this month. And I didn't even make candles this week. I was like, okay, well, I've got hot
Yeah.
cocoa candles that I'm never going to sell. Like, and then the other thing is that it's so cold that the candles are cracking.
Right. Yeah. I remember that part. Yeah.
So I don't even necessarily like the product that's out there. I don't know what they have
Yeah.
to do. We're hoping, I mean, Small Business Saturday this next week. So hopefully, but like, yeah, people's stuff was breaking, people's things were flying away.
Oh
Like
my
it was, and so Justin stayed with me the whole day. Thank goodness, because otherwise, the amount of adjusting I had to do,
gosh.
to make sure that, because that was the reason I took down the third table was I was like, I want all these sandbags on two tables and not have to worry about three, even like,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
and then even I ran out of clips to hold. I use, what are they called? Clips. I use, what are these called? These kind of clippies. I use these
Oh, clothespins.
clothespins. Thank you. I
Yeah.
use clothespins to hold down the tablecloths. I can't, I mean, just on the corners, clothespin them down. But I had to like triple each one of them, otherwise they just snap them.
Mm.
And so because the wind was,
Oh,
and so
yeah.
and my tables don't match, so it's not like I would have a black table and a white. I mean, they're all tore up. I was like, I have to put the tablecloths down. So I ran out of clothespins to put the third tablecloth down. That's why I finally took down that I was like, and it was whipping around. And I was just like,
Oh
I'm just
my
gonna,
God.
I'm gonna not. People were breaking down in the middle. We're not supposed to break down our booths early, but people were like, I'm not
That's
staying any longer.
cute. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
closed at, we're supposed to stay open until 2. We closed at noon. And I still did 5 in sales. So I was like, oh, because there's nobody else out there. People were like, I want to spend some money. Well, there's only that one candle lady left. Like,
There's only one
yeah,
crazy
it was,
candle lady who's
oh,
out here
it was
still.
so bad.
Oh my goodness. That's
But yeah, so it was sustained at like 15 for a while, and then gusts of 40, which was
mhm.
not pleasant for me.
Yeah, that video looked really intense that you posted to your Instagram
Yeah, the
stories.
gusts get, I mean, it gets windy here anyway. And we
Yeah.
knew, like, we've had windy gusts there before, but like the sustained plus like the big old gusts, it was like people's tents were coming off the ground, even with the weights on
Yeah.
them. And it was, there were a lot of people don't have setups that, like, luckily my candles are so heavy that the tape,
Right.
I'm like, they're not going anywhere. Although it was windy enough that the shot glasses couldn't be on their little stand. It was blowing the shot glasses off the stand.
Wow.
And I'm like,
Jeez.
this is insane.
Yeah, I was just thinking like it's a good thing you don't do like books or papered anything. It's all like
Yeah.
very
There are a lot of
heavyweight.
people who didn't
Like,
show up. A lot of the vendors just didn't even bother showing up because
yeah.
they can't set up in that
Yeah.
wind.
I bet. Yeah. Well, there's just like how many people are going to come out to this and to
Well, that
be
was the other
in
thing is like then, but there was a college football game down the street. So there were people who, if it were nicer, a little bit
Okay.
nicer weather, they would have
Oh,
been
that
more
you would have
people.
had. Yeah.
So next week, this coming Saturday is supposed to be not windy, but it's overcast and cold. But that can be weathered. Like,
Yeah, that's fine. That's not a big
yeah.
thing. Like that's not quite snowing on you or winding on you,
Yeah,
making it.
as long as there's not wind.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was the other thing. So we didn't have the tents up, so we were in the sun. It was warm. Okay, other thing. I pick my outfits for the market very like specifically. I have a brand. It's a
Yeah.
uniform. And this last week I was like, okay, I've been cold and I know the wind's going to be cold. So I had my coat was my outfit. I have this
Okay.
big, I mean, it's like this big, it's like this shirt. It's a big wool
Okay.
thing that has a attached scarf and it's oversized.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. But it was damn hot and I wanted to take it off. But underneath it, I was just wearing a plain black turtleneck and jeans that didn't look
That's
good together.
not the
I'm like,
wardrobe. It's not my character.
and the beanie was part of it, but it was too hot for the damn beanie too. So I have just planned poorly for everything. The last 2 weeks, I wasn't able to take my jacket off. And so the shirt that I had underneath was not getting shown off. And it's,
Oh no. The opposite
I'm
problem.
not happy.
Oh
Candle Corner
no.
is not a happy corner this week. See, nothing is going.
Good Lord. Do
Yeah.
people hang clothes outside to dry anymore? I did living in Brooklyn, we didn't always have a dryer, which was in a basement. Washing machine was in the kitchen. Oh yeah. Yeah, clothespins. Does anyone use clothespins for the intended purpose anymore? Or is it just
I
a
don't think so.
crafting device now?
Yeah, I don't. It's for crafting purposes
Yeah.
only.
I mean, I definitely still hang my clothes up, but not with, I don't need clothes. I have like one of those little fancy racks that you pop out and hang everything up. Or now I'm lazy enough, I just put it all on hangers and every door is covered in clothes for like a day. You coming up here? Come on. Okay, don't. Fine, whatever. No, I have allergies. Does Tara have the sniffles? No, I have allergies. I took my allergy pill. We're still snuffly. It takes like 8 years to get good. And even then we're still probably gonna snuffle the rest of this day. It's that time of the year. What are
Yeah,
you doing? She's like trying to get behind the printer for reasons known only to her.
maybe it's
You've
warm.
never even shown an interest in the printer. What are you doing?
Maybe it's warm.
It's crazy. And I think, yeah, I think she's right. I think she's trying to find a place to be that's warm. 'Cause,
So I'm thinking about this changing topic segue.
yeah,
Um, I'm thinking about. I told you that I have like way too much clothes in my closet
yeah,
again, still, but winter is the worst because like you have to keep some of the stuff out from this summer, but
yeah,
also like sweaters take up so much space. Anyway,
exactly.
I was thinking about it. I've been like diving into my colors, my color palette a lot more. I'm thinking I'm going to go through my closet and at least put away anything that's not in my color palette. Like
That's a
I'm just
good
going to go.
idea.
I have so many sweaters. Like let's just go and put
Yeah.
away anything that's just not in my color palette,
Not in the palette. Yeah. Yeah.
or
Yeah.
at least not like adjacent. you
Yeah,
know, because there's those ones where they like blend a little bit, like, oh, that's really close to one of your colors. That's
right.
no, let's just
But
like,
that, like the idea of putting away anything that's like not amazing on you. But I always want to do that, but I can't commit. I'm like, oh, if I like this shirt for other reasons, like, yes, this
yeah,
is not the right orange on me, but I like it because it's whatever.
yeah, and that's always hard, is because like,
Yeah.
yeah, something, and even then, something, and then what about the things that are in your color palette but look like trash on you?
Yeah.
Like,
It's cut wrong or whatever.
right.
It's in my
But I
color
think I'm
palette.
gonna do that. I think I'm gonna go through my closet and gut it. But I'm not gonna get rid of it. I don't have that in me right now. I'm just gonna put it in a box and put it in
Yeah.
storage.
Yeah. We're
Some
in
of
a
it I'll get rid of.
yeah, we're in a similar
There's
boat.
one shirt in mind right now. I've got this pastel-y pink sweater vest that's like just a shell. You know,
Yeah.
it's not a closed vest, but like that I bought, and it doesn't look good on me. It's not the right shape. It's not the good color. I need to get rid of that. Why is it hanging in my closet right now? Like, it being there is taking up space in my head right now. I need to get Justin, go in the closet, get that damn
That's it.
purple.
Go to the closet. Go in there. Find this vest. Show it to me first. And go take it away. Yeah,
Give her
my
closet.
closet's at capacity for sure. Capacity, and then I'm taking up a nice chunk of the storage unit with
Hi,
my
Toby.
red carpet stuff. Toby, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, nowhere near quite what you got going on, but a lot of clothes for me. I often think about like lately with the move-in process and stuff and like the rearranging. I just put up a bunch of shelves over here to accommodate things. And I was thinking about the fact that like, I moved here almost 20 years ago with a car of stuff. And that was it. My little, and not even a big car, not the car I have now, a little tiny Acura Integra trunk worth of things. And that's all that came with
Right.
me. And I was showing this girl, this alumni member of mine who just moved to town in September around my house. And she's like, oh my God, I love your house. Da, 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 da. I was like, yeah, I have so much stuff. Like, this is like almost 20 years of a life here worth of stuff
Yeah.
collected. Like the level of things that are in my kitchen, the amount of like, I need this pot, I need this pan, I need this spoon over 20 years of time. And now add a whole other human who loves stuff as much as I do, worth of stuff. Like the amount of stuff here, it's wild. Like, but I can't get rid of any of it. Like I can't bring myself to get rid of like anything.
Well, that
I've
was
done
like
a fair amount of
when we
that.
moved out here, and we had garage sales and all of that, but
Yeah.
when we were moving our stuff into storage, and one of my nephews is like, why do adults have so much stuff? And I
Yeah.
was like, because we have years and years and years of like needing them, collecting them, and then you have space for it. And so you just put it in a space.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
you collect things on your adventures and like you get sentimental about things or you have these projects you swear you're gonna get back to. You're gonna. Yeah, my all my project free time has been taken up with like making shelves. I'm gonna make a bookshelf next. Like it's all been so like crafting projects are just these painted rocks are sitting on my desk. They'll be here till spring. There's no time for this thing right now. But I can't get rid of the painted rocks. They're half done. We're almost there. We almost have a full bushel of strawberries. I
I'm
want
like
to get rid
that
of
right
that.
now. My booth needs to move from fall into winter. Like, there's color scheme things that I was
Yeah,
planning. Um, I just have not started to do that at all. Like, and I'm
yeah,
like, oh wait, but I want to have that done by this weekend. So at some point in time, I have to sit down and actually cut out those pennants. And
yeah.
like, there's just things like that that I'm like, oh, no, you actually have to do it. Well, when are you doing that? Because suddenly Monday's full, suddenly Tuesday's full, and I'm like,
Oh my God, no, I've been working on the website for Stevens Charter and like the days get full up so quick. I can't, I'm like, it's the slowest, and it's a slow process anyways, because I'm having to like completely rebuild from scratch. But like the days, I'm like, oh, and then the day is done and I'm going to work. Like,
yeah.
and now it's bartending time. Like yesterday was my day off and like yesterday went by so quickly. Where did the time go? What was I doing all day? I don't even know. Hi, can I help you? Do you need something? Hi, baby, little kitty cat. Terry needs a banjo. All the critters will come out of the corners and crevices. Yeah, I need more critters. I got a cat. I got a bunch of squirrels. Working on a crow situation. Though they haven't been around a lot lately. I need more critters. I got a mouse under the house.
Ben's, why do booth decor when the inches of snow say winter? Yeah, I
Oh,
have an idea. Like I want to, so my flowers and everything on there is very spring. And
yeah,
so then I switched it to fall. But now I'm like, I don't like this as fall. And I want like, I want poinsettias on the table. And then I want to take my
yeah,
banners and take down all the pink and yellow and put, I bought paper. I just have paper. I'm gonna make my banners out of these color schemes.
yeah.
And then I'm gonna put them in
Oh
there.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Uh-huh.
I switched out some of them already for burlap. Like I made some
Is
burlap.
that a Recollections brand paper? It's good
Oh my
paper.
God, I don't know.
I know
What is
this.
wrong with you?
Back
No,
from
they're
the
not.
Etsy shop days.
No, I made a mistake when I bought them because they're not all the same brand. And when I got it delivered, I
Oh
annoyed the woman.
yeah.
Like
There's
I was
like
like, oh,
Recollections. There's another brand. I only know this from when I did the Etsy shop and I would make those garlands.
basil
Okay, okay.
and coordinations.
Coordinations. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only know because of the Etsy shop days. I would look at brand of paper to make sure that the texture all matched on
Well,
the
that was, yeah, you should
that
see.
was the thing.
Oh, Justin was very happy with this process as I was like I was like, grab some and I throw it down on the side over here and have them all in a line next to each other. I'm like, what about this one? Because I could not get the color scheme to work
Yeah.
out the way I wanted it to. We finally did, but he was like, why am I here? Why am I here for this? Why am I here?
Oh,
Like, because I need company sometimes.
I
Sometimes.
because I need a support, Justin, and you need to be here while I work
Mhm.
through this process.
Yeah.
Yes, you must be tortured. I am so sorry.
Sorry.
David, thank you so much. 7 minutes to joke corner. 7 minutes to joke corner. I'll take your turkey jokes to stay in theme. If you're not an American, I get it. I almost asked our new British employee at work, like, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? Or what are you doing with your family? Are you going to go see your, no, are you going to go see your family for Thanksgiving? Like, oh, wait a minute. You're not going to go see your family. What are you doing for Thanksgiving? Well, that's right. Your family does not care. In fact, your family really does not like our Thanksgiving. So funny. No, they don't care. Uh,
Doesn't Canada has a different Thanksgiving, don't they? They have it, theirs is earlier in the year, right?
Canada?
Like they have a Thanksgiving like
Yeah.
celebration. Yeah.
Yeah, Canada has one.
But
I
it's
don't know.
like earlier in the month.
I want to say it's like October or something like that.
Someone can tell us. There
Yeah,
are
which is
people in
just
this, there's
at
people
a
in this thread who
conflict.
know.
Spread your holidays out. Like, don't clump them all in 1 month like that. What are you guys doing?
Canada is in October.
Yeah, that's a
Ben's the
mistake.
one who answers.
That's a mistake, Canada. You need to really work on like the layout of your holidays. We got one a month. I mean, we got some in there that like aren't that great. They don't really foster any gift giving or decorations. Like the Labor Day, can't figure out
I don't think we spread ours out that well, Tara. We've got end of October, then November, and then December. Like the rest of the year is kind of,
I just
there's no
like
like
giving
gather
I just like giving
together,
it
Fourth of
just like
July. You
giving
don't
them a
get
hard
together
time.
with
You just get one a month. You just need one holiday a
Thanksgiving
month.
should be like in the middle of the year.
Yeah, yeah, we need to adjust. We need to
It should
adjust.
be like the it should bookend, with Christmas. Like spread
Yeah.
those out.
I think every holiday needs to move to the last week of the month. Let's just like just pick up all the date. First off, let's move back to I think it's like a 13-month calendar or something weird like that. Justin will know the answer to this
I'm
question.
in. Let's go.
Yeah, so that we have exactly 28 days per month. There's like some math system on this. Secondly, we're dealing with this whole time change thing. We're doing that too. Thirdly, we're now moving holidays to the last week of every month
Well,
so that we
while
can
we're
all
at it,
plan.
can we make weeks longer?
Yeah.
I don't like this rotation. It doesn't work for me. So, can we have 10-day weeks? I feel
Yeah.
like I get more accomplished in a 10-day week.
I think what we do also is in that 10-day week system, the weekend is exactly half of the week. So we're just gonna say it's the like not the weekend anymore. Like let's name it something else. We're making big changes here, guys. This is
Yeah,
all happening.
yeah, and we'll
Halloween's
have
every month.
Halloween every month.
We'll have Halloween once a month. It's always gonna be the last week of the month. Every holiday is the last week.
Every holiday is now themed dress up.
Dress up. There is a dress up component to every holiday. Labor Day, go work it out. Figure out what Labor Day's costumes are gonna look like.
We're just
Uh,
gonna
there's a gift giving component, and I'm not saying it's got to be a big thing. I think like a little piece of chocolate is enough of a gift.
let's
Like your
do
Labor Day
chocolate
gift.
for all of them. Let's just do
Yeah.
chocolate.
Chocolate is a component. I need a peep. I need a version of a peep that no one's gonna eat, but it's
For
shaped
every holiday, yeah.
different colored for every holiday. And I think everyone takes off work for the week. So
Change proof.
change
For
proof.
1 week a month, we all take off of work.
It's for one 10-day week
Let's
a
just make them
month.
all holidays. Every day is a
The
holiday.
sun goes down at 7:30 every day. The sun goes down at 7:30 every day. So whatever that means for the clock, sundown is
Yeah.
7:30. When you see
It
the sun going
adjusts
down,
according. Yeah, let's
that's
just get
7:30.
sundials to do. Let's do away with. We could really easily do this. Let's talk about this for a second. We
Okay.
could have someone who is like a master clock. We're already doing it. Everything's updating now all the time.
Oh
A
yeah.
master clock that is based off of the sun alone, and
Yes.
every day you just wake up to the sun and go to
Yeah.
sleep to this. Yeah.
Every day starts at 6 a.m. and ends at 7:30.
Now, I mean, that's the problem with that is like the further you're away from the equator, like that changes, but
No math,
like
math.
your days and my days are very different.
Very different.
In the summer, the sun is up here until 9:30.
Oh my God. That's the best. When I was briefly visiting Canada, I was in Vancouver for like a couple weeks, and the sun going down at 10 p.m., like getting out of the movie at 10 p.m., and the sun being up was the greatest thing. I was like, I have so much day. I can get so much done.
Yeah.
Like, I'm into this.
Yeah, I couldn't live in Alaska. Nope.
Yeah. I thought every day was a holiday. I thought today was F it, let's make another made up holiday day. Yeah,
I'm
let's
in.
do that. Let's just like change every day to a holiday. I'm all for this, all these changes. Someone write all that down because we really got to get an action plan put together.
Justin says lots of places on Earth the sun doesn't come up at all for months at a time. But Justin, we're not including vampires in our thought
We're
process
not
here.
talking about
So
those
like,
places. They're not
Middle Earth
included.
is not involved in this decision making.
Those weird places are not a part of this life. Like, I don't see them, they don't exist. I don't know what you're talking
Well,
about.
yeah, Blair, no, it's true. The sun going down right now at 4:30 sucks, but we'll just say that that's the end of the day and we all get to have that. The rest of that time is, sit in your house and drink time if you want to. Like, those are not real hours. Those are vacation hours. I don't
Yeah.
have to get anything accomplished once the sun goes down.
Yeah, going to work. Just it being so dark so early makes my night shifts the longest thing
Yeah.
ever. Like it's forever. And my sense of time, I'm like, oh, it feels like it's 10 o'clock and it's
Well,
7 and the kitchen's still open and I want to murder people. I'm like,
when I was working at the bar and I wasn't going in until 7:30, 8 o'clock during the winter and the sun's already down, Justin wasn't allowed to turn off a single light in the house. I needed every overhead light on
yeah,
full blast in the house because my brain would go, no, it's sleepy time. Like,
right.
no, I still
Yeah.
have 2 hours before I have to go in to
Oh
leave the
yeah,
house to go to work. Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, like luckily like I do the 9 o'clock shift so often that going to work
You're
in the
kind of
sun
used to
going
that.
down, I'm kind of emotionally used to that. But the sun going down during my shift so early, like when I start the 2 o'clock shift,
Oh, I
the
see.
sun's
Yeah.
down by 4:30. I'm like, so I'm almost done, right? I'm not going home soon. What? Wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm gonna sneeze. It's gonna be loud. Hold on, the cat's gonna jump. What's happening?
David Faith sent in a joke, but it's already been flagged. I'm going to go ahead and show it. But it says a lot of things that I understand why that one got flagged
Yes.
just by scanning
This
it.
is it's just so long. It's like something in here is wrong. We're flagging
No,
it.
there's a lot of wrong things in it. There's a lot of just a
David.
tertiary glance that is.
All right, joke corner has begun. You're gonna go find the jokes from the internet. Thanksgiving jokes are your bonus points. Write the word joke real big so I see it. If I'm not reading it, it's not a personal thing. That looked like it hurt.
It
It's not
didn't
a
though.
personal thing. Cover the bots, really.
It
Now
doesn't.
I've got a nose piercing now. Looks really cool. You should consider it as like a thing. Uh,
Oh, on a
and
side note, completely random, guys, if you haven't seen the show AP Bio, I highly recommend it. It's
AP.
older. It's from like it was like 4 seasons. It started, I think,
Okay.
in 2018 maybe was when it was.
Yeah.
Really funny. It's definitely your and I's kind of writing.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
into it. I'm into it. All right, here we go. Joke corner. Wait, I need to make this bigger because oh, it doesn't. Oh. That's big. Okay.
Getting flagged already.
Did you know when you play 80s rock music backwards, you summon Beelzebub? When you play any country music backwards, you get your wife back, your dog back, your truck back, and your job back. It's a positive
Regenitive.
anthem at that point. I just found out the neighborhood had a meeting about the crazy woman. It's kind of weird how they forgot to invite me. Yeah, me and this one neighbor at odds, and I would not be surprised if they had meetings about stuff. I'm so annoyed. Justin, have you ever tried Turkish food? Oh,
Turkey?
oh, you oughta, man.
Oh, you ought to, man. Shut up.
David, my phone just filmed a 2-hour documentary from inside my pocket. I have a lot of amazing, really riveting Natalie Purse footage, like just sitting in the
Uh-huh.
recesses, just riveting. I just found out the neighborhood had a wait.
What? It's up there twice.
Nope, it's up there twice. Okay, just making sure I'm not the crazy one. Justin Wheeler just wrote 2021. Yeah, that was a joke here. Fact. Common sense is not a gift, it's a punishment. You still have to deal with everyone who doesn't have any. Yes.
Agreed.
Agreed. What do you call a handsome man from Turkey?
Turkish delight. What?
A hot man.
Okay. I like
Yeah,
mine better.
Justin took the Thanksgiving
The
bonus points
turkey.
real
Yeah.
literal. David, I saw a man take a gate from the bottom of my garden. I didn't say anything. I didn't want him to take offense.
Okay. A
You
gate's
might
easy
want
to
to
replace.
you might want to have him take offense if you can not have to buy a new fence. If I could have Thanksgiving dinner with anyone alive or dead, I would want them to be alive.
Yeah.
I agree. That's the conversation's really stiff
Is it a good?
when they're dead.
Ba-da-ba.
Got one in there. I got one in there. What's the nickname of police officers from Turkey?
I don't know.
The Fez.
I don't get it.
Fez hat.
No, the fez.
Yeah, it's
I
a
heard
Turkish hat.
feds.
Fez. Fez. Fez.
Got it. Still don't.
Why is the Turkish president like a little Miss Muppet?
I don't know.
They both have Kurds in their way.
This is smart
Yeah,
jokes.
yeah. Yes. Ben, the turkey said gobble, gobble, gobble. So I did.
So I
It was
did.
delicious. I missed the I part. My brain just deleted it.
Yomp, yomp, yomp.
It was delicious. No, it's not. Turkey's not good. It's dry and it's bland and it's boring. But I'll gobble. It's like,
Turkey legs are good though.
yeah, I like turkey legs and
That's
I
the
like the
yeah.
sides. I'm all about the sides. I'm thinking about making potatoes au gratin for Thanksgiving because I'm working and I'm telling the regulars to come in and bring a dish. We're gonna break health code. I don't care. It's like bring something in. Just bring. We'll see what happens. So I was thinking about making potatoes au gratin and
hmm
mashed potatoes because I want both. And something else crossed my mind to make. I forget now. That was like not terribly hard, but delicious. David Faith, Splendid Daddy. Okay. A man who tries to be a sugar daddy but just doesn't have the funds to pull it off. Splendid Daddy. Yeah.
Healthier for you too,
It's
though.
a healthier. It's a sugar daddy
What
who
if you're a sugar daddy for when you're on keto? A splendid daddy.
a sugar daddy for like when you still kind of need to get your life together. So he doesn't just pay for your whole entire existence. He does have like, hey, you should try getting something you're passionate about in life, like work for a charity or something, not just like spend money. That's a splendid daddy. It's
There
good
you
for you.
go.
He's like, just like a little action plan. I don't know, go roll bandages for the army. I have no idea. Like this is the idea
Total
that I got.
bandages for the army.
So
That's,
this World War I,
I was
apparently, in
because people do that.
yeah, they're still doing it. They're still rolling bandages. What type of key can't open any doors?
A turkey.
Yep, that's it. I was gonna go Lock and Key, but I'm sure that's a better answer. The TV show Lock and Key.
Hmm.
Is Lock and Key? Oh. What happens when winter arrives early?
We're all very upset. It has to, it waits in its car for 15 minutes so it's not awkward. And
It
we,
plays on TikTok for a second so that it can emotionally make the transition from one thing to the other. Autumn leaves.
okay, yeah.
Ben, for punishment this year, everyone must watch my Bears play the Lions.
Oh,
It's going to be
is
quite
it
the
going to be
marathon.
snowing? Where is it?
Justin, where can you find a turkey with no legs?
In the oven. Turkey with no I don't know.
Right where you left it.
That's true.
So dark. That's dark, and I don't know why, but it is. How many bakers does it take to make a pie?
One.
Well, two if it's, you or I making a pie. We need each other.
Someone to hold the bowl, the other
Yeah.
person to
Well,
scrape
the
it.
other person just keeps the stuff in. 3.114.
Okay.
Yeah, I love a good mathematical joke. David, what if the hokey pokey is what it's all about?
That means we peaked in elementary school. It's all downhill from there.
I knew there was a reason it was all going downhill, and it's the hokey pokey.
We're
We
not
can,
doing the hokey pokey enough.
yeah.
Oh, that
I
makes
see
more
that now.
sense. I've been looking across the street. There's a car, a van with like a bag on the ground behind it, like a big trash bag. But as they just pulled away, it's actually a trailer thing on the back that's got a bag thing connected to it. But as the car moved and the bag went with it, I was like, oh, no wonder no one's picked it up. Like, I
No, they're just gonna leave the dead body in the bag out back.
didn't know what was going on.
Oh,
I don't ask
sure.
questions.
Listen, somebody in the neighborhood has to pay attention to these things. Because if there's a murder, you're going to be one that reports it. What's a stuffing's favorite song?
I don't know.
Hit me, baby, one more time. Thyme. Like the
The
seasoning.
time. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Who
yeah.
is that?
That was Justin.
Put them in the corner. Put them in timeout.
I mean, by Justin jokes, these are pretty tame. I
It
think
was very tame.
we should reward this good behavior by not putting him in the corner. Because it could be so much worse. What's a turkey's favorite baseball position?
What's a cookies?
A turkey's.
Oh, cookie would have been something a batter.
Yeah,
Um, okay. A turkey's favorite baseball position? Is that what you said? I got lost.
yeah. I got lost too because people started talking. What's a turkey's favorite baseball position?
Home plate. It's not a position, but it's got
Good.
plate. I
Uh,
don't know.
First based.
Oh, based. Okay, got it.
All right, guys. Then we're gonna call it there. Thank you so much for joining us for the live stream. We're gonna go. We got a meeting today to talk about our feature film, which we're very excited about. We finished some new recent rewrites, and the meeting is with some cohorts of ours to discuss the project further. So we're very excited about that. Happy Thanksgiving to all who celebrate. We'll be celebrating. We'll be back next week. Oh, do we want to?
Oh yeah, guys, we're gonna do Mantra Monday next week.
Yeah, we're gonna do Matcha Monday next week, so it's gonna be a very special shush since we're at the top of the month and all
Yeah.
magically lined up. We'll see you guys so look out for that. Tune in to get your mantra for the month.
Yeah.
Happy holiday. Grateful for you all. Everyone have a great week. Have a great week, and we will see you guys in 1 week. Stay safe out there.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Bye.
Bye. It's done.